Unit 5. Vocabulary. 1. Words easily confused. Use the correct form of the words in the boxes to complete the sentences. Again, the correct form means you can add the plural s if you needed to. Forecast, forecasts if you needed. If it's a verb, you can use past tenses or progressive tenses. The first group: forecast, expectation, prediction. They all mean that you believe that something will happen in the future, with a small difference between each word. Now, I want you to pay close attention to what I'm saying. Listen to my definitions very carefully. Don't just read the Arabic and move on. No, the English definition can help you a lot, okay? Now, forecast and expectation are almost the same thing. They both use calculations. This is calculation. That means you have some facts, you have analysis, and based on your calculations and analysis, you can tell that something will happen in the future. Let me give you an example. If you enroll in a university today, and we know that you need 4 years to finish university, or 5, we can expect, the verb is expect, we can expect that you will finish university in 4 or 5 years. That is an expectation. Forecast is exactly the same, but we only use it with weather and economy. How about prediction? Prediction doesn't use calculations, like when you talk about the world 50 years from today. You say that the robots are going to be everywhere and control everything. These are just predictions. These are not expectations. You don't have much calculations and analysis, okay? Now, his of who would win the football game was accurate, precise. Do you think we should use expectation or prediction? Somebody said that this team would win the match, and they did. Well, this is just a prediction, because actually it's very hard to tell which team is going to win, right? 2. The weather forecast, this one is clear. Weather forecast calls for a lot of rain tomorrow. The Smiths have high expectations of their children because their children are very smart. We expect that in the future they will be doctors. Neighborhood, outskirts, suburbs, zone. Neighborhood is the area that surrounds the place where you live. Again, neighborhood is the area that is around, that surrounds the place where you live. Outskirts are the furthest point from a city center in a city. Again, can you see the city center? Right here, this is the city center, and this area is the farthest point from the city center. We call it the outskirts. Suburbs. Suburbs are small towns near larger city, so they are outside the cities. Outskirts are part of the cities, okay? They are in the cities. Zone is an area of land with special characteristics that is different from other zones. It's unique. I like living in the city center because there isn't anything to do in the. Do you think suburbs or outskirts? Well, again, outskirts are parts of the city. So if you live on the outskirts, you still live in the same city. But if you live in the suburbs, you're outside. So we write suburbs. My parents live on the outskirts of town. This isn't a very good to live in, as there is a lot of pollution. The air is not clean. The neighborhood is not nice to live in. The mayor. Mayor is someone who is in charge of a city or town. Has promised to turn this area into a pedestrian. Pedestrian, people who walk on foot. They don't drive cars or bikes. Pedestrian zone. Area especially for pedestrians. Pedestrian. Habitat. Home. House. Residence. Habitat is a place where a particular creature can live naturally. So we can say that the natural habitat for lions is the jungle, not our houses, not the cities. That is not the natural habitat. Home. Home is the place where you live and you feel that you belong. House. House is a building that usually consists of 2 levels, level 1 and level 2, and usually one family live in this house, in this building. Residence. Residence. This is very similar to the word home, with a small difference. The difference is that with home, you feel that you belong to this place. You feel that you are safe in this place. You love this place, and people in this place love you. Residence has no feelings or emotions to it. Many people have houses, have residence, but they don't have home. Why? That doesn't mean that the house they live in is not theirs. No, this is their house. But they don't feel home because they don't love it and they don't feel love in these houses. Do you understand? Okay. Abdul has bought a house in the countryside, away from the city. I want to stop and get some dinner before we go home. Where is the location of your residence, sir? Is it correct to use home here? Yes, it is correct. Where is the location of your home? Yes, but you can't say house because some people live in houses, some people live in apartments, in flats, in villas, in palaces. So house is a building similar to this one. Home is something bigger. Homes could be houses, homes could be palaces, could be villas, could be apartments. I believe wild animals like lions, giraffes, should live in their natural habitat, not in zoos like the ones we see in the picture. Block of flats, office block, skyscraper. Now, flats is a British word which means apartments. Office block is the same as block of flats, but it doesn't have flats or apartments, it has offices. Skyscrapers are very tall buildings. The Sears Tower is one of the tallest skyscraper in the world. We used to live in a house, but we recently moved to a new block of flats across the street. I work in an ugly, not beautiful, 5-story. What does that mean, 5-story? It means it has 5 levels, 1, 2, 3, 4, and ground floor. 5-story building or 5-story office block. He works there in the center of the city. Thank you for watching this video. If you like it, please share it with friends. I will see you again next time, inshallah. Goodbye.